Monday, April 5th, the day that workplaces across Singapore could make a move back to pre-COVID times by allowing up to 75% of staff to return to the office at any one time, as part of the updated COVID-19 protection measures from the Multi-Ministry Task Force. From today, split team arrangements are also no longer mandatory. As companies are encouraged to bring back the workforce, some firms have been adapting in preparation for the workplace's new normal. Global Fintech company Wise has adapted its workplace to accommodate the return of its staff while acknowledging the change in office norms.
We make sure that we have safe distance markers and of course allowing enough space for human traffic to flow in without causing congestion, because that's the last thing that we would want to happen. And also given that we have 2 pantries, which allows adequate resource for our Wisers to use, so they don't have to congregate just within one pantry. So what they can expect is, of course, heightened hygiene levels. What we do have, of course, is our hygiene stations, and of course, having them needed to scan into the safe entry, and also, of course, hybrid working places.
These hybrid workspaces, such as single-room pods and hot desks, allow for employees on flexible work arrangement to work safely in the office when they need to. Group spaces such as the communal pods as well as resting areas have COVID-19 measures put in place so employees feel comfortable and secure while at work.
I think one of the things that are lost throughout this COVID is the human connection, right? And I think now that 75% can finally come back into the office space, that's something that they look forward to.
The company collaborated with Paperspace Asia to design the workspaces in its new office. Co-founder and managing director Narita Chia believes that the pandemic has raised the need for companies to implement a hybrid or flexible workspace.
We are looking at recalibrating, I would say, proportions of spaces. In the past was very much, I would say, 70% was dedicated to the individual, maybe 30% for sort of shared environments. And I think moving towards the future, we're seeing a much more balanced ratio of maybe a 50-50. Because again, research has shown, and behaviors as we see in the workplace when people come back, they tend to want to be with other people as opposed to just being at the desk doing their individual tasks. I think in the past there was always this pattern already that was in the background, but because of COVID and the heightened realization of what individual tasks looks like in a home environment, I think it's kind of validated now the concerns of perhaps moving towards more shared environments for the desks type space, and then opening up these opportunities for more communal activities.
Besides managing spaces, the Ministry of Manpower said that employers are encouraged to stagger both start times and lunch breaks for employees. Companies should also continue to conduct virtual meetings, but if physical meetings are needed, they can be scheduled after 10 a.m. so that employees can avoid peak hour travel.